lot of truth to be revealed tonight.
Part of what has happened is that you can do those things that make the race look like a chump because there's no penalty.
And everything that the white man sells, he sells it under the number 6. He sells it under sex.
It's a systematic attempt to exterminate a people.
Speak on it, you know where you're at. It's where knowledge flow free, so sit down and relax. I said, speak on it, you know what it is. And if you're coming fugazi, then it is what it is. I said, speak on it, you know where you're at. It's where knowledge flow free, so sit down and relax. I said, speak on it, you know what it is. If you're coming fugazi, then it is what it is. Welcome to Speak on It, it been Rome on this track. I got my nigga JoJo and he's spitting them facts. They try to find out who he is, but he's setting up traps. And niggas be falling in and they breaking their back. We some brothers with opinions, this ain't based on no fact. I'm guaranteed to drop bombs on any base that you at. You think that you beating us now, but we rallying back. I only got so much time because the salary cap. We got stories of glory of black people making it. We here to feed the people, so don't be ashamed to take the shit. We ain't like the others that get on TV and fake the shit. I don't snake the people, I cut the heads off of snakes and shit. Ancestor energy here to form a relationship, to talk about a problem so we can really go face the shit. We don't have to suffer, we can go ahead and erase the shit. It smell like good home cooking and we can taste the shit. Come on in, like, share, subscribe. We gon' speak on it today, you dig? Speak on it, you know where you're at. It's where knowledge flow free, so sit down and relax. I said, speak on it, you know what it is. And if you're coming fugazi, then it is what it is. I said, speak on it, you know where you're at. It's where knowledge flow free, so sit down and relax. I said, speak on it, you know what it is. If you're coming fugazi, then it is what it is.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
We back. Man, I missed y'all. I ain't gonna lie. We took a nice little break, but we back. We got some nice audio, hopefully. I hope y'all can hear me nice and clear.
Yes, indeed.
I'm Rome the Great. Please say the Great. We got JoJo the Ryan, you know, the host of the hour, as always. And today, I got a special guest for you guys. Story time again, come around. Bring your kids, parents you need to listen to. I have a gentleman that comes out of the African American community from a small town, Clarksville, Tennessee. Hometown boy. Number 34 for the University of Tennessee. Over 4,000 yards, well, 1,400 yards for the University of Tennessee. Gets drafted 2002, goes straight to the Super Bowl. How he do it? He's about to tell you. We have Travis Stevens, T. Stevens for sure. Thank you, brother, for coming.
I think can you hear us?
Hey, thanks for thanks. I can hear you. It's kind of breaking up. Can y'all hear me clearly though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, first question for you, T. If you can hear me, might have a delay. I'll wait for you to answer.
Yeah, it's on my end. It seems like it's a 3-second delay.
That's fine. I'll wait for you to answer.
Wrong.
Okay.
It's 3 seconds. It's 3 seconds.
Right.
Okay.
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was a kid, I didn't really have a dream. This is as far as I tell everybody, they
T, can't hear you. It's your mic, brother. Can't hear you.
People in the chat, if y'all can hear us, y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear us. And then we'll know how to adjust this. Okay, they can hear us.
Can't hear you. Take your time, brother. Get it right. Get your mic together. Do whatever you got to do.
They can't. Hey, T, can't hear you. Can't hear you. I can't hear you. But anyway, till we get this adjusted, man, I hope y'all had a prosperous New Year's and Christmas. You know, I've been under the weather a little bit.
Can't hear you, T.
They can't hold me back.
Right. Man, I had a wonderful holiday, and I hope all those that, joined us for this journey had a great holiday, too. And I just wanted to tell everybody I appreciate everybody, going through us, through our journey, to be great, which we will be, little technical difficulties that come with the show. But, right. We had to work on it on our end, and hopefully y'all can hear us loud and clear because, I've been putting in work for y'all because a lot of y'all asked, we need it better. And I took it serious because I appreciate the faith you put in us. So hopefully this will all get together shortly.
So we're going to get it straight on this end. Nah, we're gonna keep speaking, you dig?
Right, we got to do what we got to do.
It's all good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But until he get back, man, I like to thank everybody that's been a part of this and continue to be a part of this. The best is yet to come, man. We got some special things planned for y'all in 2022, and it's only going to get better. Y'all have no idea what I've been doing and what we've been doing behind the scenes, so to speak. Right. Yeah, it's all on a positive tip.
Right. Hello, Bird. Shout out to you.
And we gonna keep this thing popping in such a way that how it should be.
Yes,
indeed. Yes, indeed. So I see you got chat call in there. I see our channel by Andrew. What's up? What's up, Joanne?
What's up?
What's there? We're in the building. Yes,
right.
Indeed. You as I can see it. I see Bird in here.
So what Santa get you, JoJo?
Man, Santa got me. He woke me up that morning. That's
right.
All I want. As long as I wake up and I got another chance at it, I'm good. I'm always good.
Nothing too crazy.
I don't ask for much, man. In fact, I don't ask for anything.
Right.
As long as I wake up that morning, I'm good.
Right.
But I know what I'm wishing for tonight. I know what I'm wishing for tonight. But I got, I ain't gonna say too much because you got Miss Janky in the building, man. Miss Janky in the building. I can't say too much, man. I'm not gonna even speak on that because I don't even want to place that over top of my squad like that. But I see your squad made it, man. Your squad made it.
Of course,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. What the hell is that about?
Man, we always seem to handle them. You know what I mean? It's everybody else we got a problem with. We beat the teams we don't supposed to beat and lose to the teams we supposed to win against. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But it go down late. It go down this late night tonight. But I tell them this NFL stuff is fixed, man. All these sports, they rigged. And we're going to get into a show about that. We might do that on Keep Speaking, but this stuff is rigged. It's all written. It's all set up by numbers. This world is ran by numbers.
Right.
Numbers.
Man, we just slaves on a bigger plantation. You get a bigger piece of that crumb. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you still ran. You still got to sing and dance, run and jump in front of somebody, be somebody entertainment. And, they don't even care about our opinions and all of that.
Right. That's kind of like the combine when they're measuring your ass up. You know, they
Right.
measure you up to size you up to go on a plantation. Like, shit.
Right. So
People don't look
so
at it in that vein, but that's what it is.
so you heard about that Antonio Brown business? What you think about that?
Absolutely. I don't know the full extent on it, but from the outside looking in, it is probably more so something that was gonna be advantageous to him. Because
Mm-hmm.
these contracts, man, these contracts are more written on based on performance effort, and they have a sense of how to stop you from getting that incentive latent that's in the contract. So Antonio Brown is a hothead. He has a show. If y'all ever seen his show, along with some other athletes, that he speak on these type of situation that goes on in that sports, in the professional sports. It's no more than a contract that's in any professional square that you may want to call it. If you reach this certain plateau, you'll get this bonus, like $1 million. From what I hear, he was guaranteed $1 million bonus if he caught maybe an extra 3 or 4 catches. And it's when you're in this system, man, they have a way of not getting you that incentive latent bonus. So
Right.
that's probably what teed him off. I ain't Don't quote me on that. But dealing with how I know how that system works and how they play these little games, yeah, I could see him going off. Wouldn't you go off if you've been used that whole year to get to this certain plateau? And then when they don't need you anymore, they're going to stop you from getting the bread, when you know you
Right.
can easily obtain that $1 million bonus.
Right.
That $1 million could have been set up for generational wealth. You never know how he had it dispersed and was finna disperse it in all kind of different avenues and to invest in. But they said, "No, you're not gonna get it. You know why? Because we're not gonna throw you the ball anymore."
Mm.
So it's a lot of, and that's why it's gonna be interesting to ask T. Steven these kind of questions when we
Right.
get him back on, because I didn't know he went against the team that I root for in the Super Bowl. There's so many layers to this kind of thing, man. I
Right.
found out, I'm like, you was there? Oh, you
Yep.
was there? You know about the John Gruden and all? Oh man, it's gonna be heavy, man, because a lot of people don't know who John Gruden is.
Yeah, they still know him.
But
Because them
it's
people like John
interesting.
Gruden, they can last the test of time because they ain't out there running and jumping. You know what I'm saying? So
You
we
you
ain't got to worry
know that's
about.
crazy, ain't
So you ain't got to worry about his knees going bad and him getting up out of there. Let me ask you a question. You heard about John Madden passing, right?
Right, absolutely.
Man, you know what the Mandela effect is? You heard about it before?
Yeah, absolutely. You won't go there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, while we waiting, because I swear, when I was younger, when Madden was a big game, you know what I mean? We talking about Super
Right,
Nintendo times, PlayStation times. I
right,
swear that he
right,
died a long time ago. And then I heard he died. I'm like, man, what type of Mandela effect is this?
man. You
Man,
know
it's
what?
crazy.
I
What
don't
up,
even want.
Trevin? What up?
I don't even want to tap into that because
Man, tap into it. What
you're going into a
what
different
else we
body of
gonna do?
water.
What
I'm gonna
else
tell
we
you
gonna
go.
do?
Okay, let's stay
Get
on
in that
John Gruden.
water. Mm-hmm.
I ain't got my life right, so let me stay on this John Gruden thing, because
Mm-hmm.
when T. Stevens come back, this is gonna be awfully interesting because he coached the team that they played in the Super Bowl a year before, prior to that.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So in other words, the team that he's playing, which he played the Raiders. He was a
Mm-hmm.
coach for that team. Now people gonna say, well, what that got to do with anything? Now John Gruden just got reprimanded this year with the Las Vegas Raiders. See,
Mm-hmm.
these things are all tied. People don't see how this shit works, but I'm telling you, I look at things from a functional level. They got rid of him, and I don't know if people know the whole background of it, because of emails, racial emails he sent out.
Mm.
Yeah, so they had to get rid of him, man. And this sports and this entertainment industry, I told you they rule 9 areas of people activity. Those areas of people activity is economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. they have to dominate us in those particular areas of people activity. And given what we're speaking on now would be entertainment. Yes, that's entertainment. This football, basketball, that's entertainment. And I think a lot of people don't know that pro football signed up for their rights to be entertainment, meaning like it could be fixed. The other only sports that did that was wrestling. Now you got to ask yourself, why is that?
Hey, let me ask you. Let me stop you real quick. Let me stop you real quick. And the reason why I want to stop you is because wrestling has that for entertainment moniker on it, so it can't be held accountable for being fixed. Does football have that same moniker?
Absolutely. Now we're getting somewhere. That's the only other sports that has it. It's football. Yeah. And you got to ask yourself why. Well, hey,
Right.
the common mind will know this, man. This when you look at this stuff and you be looking at it from I've been looking at it a long time and I see how it's put together. You know, they say men and women lie, numbers don't. And this world is ran on numbers. So
Right.
it's gonna be awfully interesting if we get T. Stevens back on here to give him and drive him on some of these questions because I'm gonna ask him some heavy ass shit.
You know, I mean, he got a lot of experience, man. Like, who goes to the Super Bowl their first year? I mean, it's ridiculous. I keep teasing him about that all the time. He seemed like he trying to work on it right now. I see him popping
Yeah,
in.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. Let him pop his ass
Yeah.
back in
Hold
there.
on.
I
Let me
got
pop
something
him
for
on back in here. Let's pop him back up in there.
I got something for him. Yes, indeed.
You frozen right now, but
What's up, Trev? I see you in the house.
What's up? Hey, can y'all hear me? Clear
I
now?
hear
Yeah,
you.
you
I
good.
hear
You
you.
real
There you
good.
go. You good. Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth right now? You know I got to mess
I
with you.
can. I don't know. I was thinking about. I was just on the same computer doing. I did an interview this morning, man. It went smooth and everything with the broadcasting or whatever. It was on StreamYard, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because you wasn't supposed to do an interview before us. That's karma. That's karma. But let's get back to it, man. The first question was, what did you want to be?
Still got a delay. You still got a delay.
It's fine, as long as he can answer. I mean, if he hears us and the answer is 30 seconds later, some answer better than no answer.
Absolutely.
So my first question to him would be, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I don't know what that is. It's coming to him.
Well,
I barely hear you.
He froze.
Yeah.
What question?
But bro, you going in and out, you freezing, I can't hardly hear you. Just I don't know. Keep talking till it get right. And I'll tell you when I can hear you.
And you might want to ask him.
1 2 1.
You got anything else open, T? You
Yeah,
got
close.
anything else open on your computer right now? Any other?
Man,
Yeah, you got something. You got to be something open because you probably transferred through two different outlets.
Yeah, man. But go ahead. We're going to continue this
Yes,
conversation
indeed.
while T. Stevens is getting it together. Because, I mean, we might go overtime if he got time, but we going to get into it. You know, as soon as he get right, we going to go right into it. Because I've been politicking with this brother for a couple of days, so I know behind the scenes that he got some things for y'all. But what JoJo was saying was that football and wrestling are the only sports that have the entertainment moniker up on them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what you guys understand is they legally can fix these games and have the outcome that they want, and you couldn't do nothing to them. Now, am I saying they're doing that? I don't know that for sure, and I don't have any proof of that matter. But what I do know is if you found out that they did and you wanted to sue them, there's nothing that you could do about it. You know, and that's kind of crazy too. Oh.
Absolutely.
Back to the Mandela effect.
Now you keep driving me on that.
Yeah, I'm going all over the place because I mean we got to entertain the people. The people that came for us, so we got to entertain them. So the Mandela effect is a belief of a memory that happened, but when you go look it up, it really wasn't. Like Star Wars, they said that Darth Vader said, "Luke, I am your father," but they said when you replay it, it doesn't say that. It just says, "I am your father." That is the Mandela effect. So there's several reasons that could happen. So they're trying to say that maybe the world has several different dimensions, and a different dimension is just playing. You know what I mean? That's one answer. You know what I mean? Or they can say.
Let me ask you this. You this since you want to go there. So do you believe in deja? Do you believe in deja vu?
Yes, I do. I believe every human being in this world felt it.
Wait a minute. So won't you call that a part of the Mandela effect?
Yeah, I guess I would. But it has, the deja vu would have to not be true to be a Mandela effect, right?
Well, sometimes you say deja vu, but you don't know if it's true or not, right?
Right. And on top of that, there's something called false memories. They say after you get a certain age, you start recalling things the way you want to. So your brain produces false memories that you might want to be true, but turn out not to be true.
I've heard that before too. So when you're in this dimension, because this, it is dimensions.
Right.
How do you conceptualize that? We got to see that.
Right. Well, until we start talking, talk when you can talk, so we can know you good. Until then, I'm gonna keep going. They actually made a machine, if you look it up, that can break through dimensions. You know, they could tell you the craziest shit in the world. Like they can come on the news tomorrow and say there's aliens, and you wouldn't believe it because your mind is trained not to believe certain things. Like your mind protects you. You know how pain is a sensor that protects you from damage in your body. Your mind is the same way. You know what I mean? So anything that your mind can't handle, it would tell itself that it's not true. You know what I mean? But they told you guys off top that they made a machine that could see several different dimensions, but you would never believe it.
So you going real far.
Yeah, well that's what I tend to do.
Too far, too soon.
T, you talk.
Can y'all hear me now? Is it still a delay?
Yeah.
Hear me
now?
now?
You sound good. I hope it stayed here.
I don't know what the hell. T. Steve didn't want these questions I had.
Right. Don't be running from these questions, T. What's up, 312? And everybody support 312. She has a business. She's selling shirts. We support black businesses on Speak On It. Please buy a shirt. Find out how to get in contact with her. We're going to throw something in the chat. If anybody know how to get in contact with 312, or since 312 is here, if you want to put your email or any way somebody can contact you where they can get some shirts done, we support black businesses. I bought two myself, and I'm buying two more because I support all black businesses. Thank you. All right, T. My bad. Little commercial. Still working it out, bro?
She don't want these heavy ass questions, man, because
Right.
You gonna hear this playback and say that goddamn JoJo.
Still can't hear you, bro.
Right, that damn JoJo. You ain't getting away, man. You ain't gonna get away. Shit, I'm gonna talk my shit. Everybody
man, we could do it by phone, like man, shit.
Yeah, we gonna get you. We gonna get them questions out, bro.
Let me know if you want to do it by phone. Oh man.
Hit him up. Hit him up in action.
All right, hold on. Let me mute my mic.
Hit him up, and I keep talking to the people, man.
Keep talking. And
I'm gonna keep speaking. Joanne with your janky ass. My squad is on. I don't want to hear shit. What's up, chat? I miss y'all. We got some special things promised to y'all this year. And I want to, I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do for as celebrating my bro birthday. I seen a lot of beautiful celebrations out there in his honor. And I want to thank all of the bloggers that did that, man. It was extra special to me, and it was one that really stood out to me, and it really touched my heart. And that was one that came from Sharon Winbush. I had the honor. She put something together. I had the honor of being at two of the skits she put together, the events. I had the honor to be at a couple of them by the grace of God. So she did her thing on that. But special shout out to everybody that put that together. All the bloggers, man. That's what it should be, and that's the way it should be all the time. We was assembled by that one entity, meaning Rob. He brought us all together one way or the other. And that's what I was trying to say. Tell people, look, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't know each other. We wouldn't be on here speaking on this right now. At least that's how I feel. So, but that's a special shout out to everybody that put that celebration together for his birthday anniversary. And man, my hat goes out to him. But that one particular celebration stood out to me. It touched me dearly. But we gonna get this thing ironed out. I don't know what's going on. I think T. Steven is punking out on
He said no. He said I called him. He said he want to do another device. So he's dedicated. He ain't trying to do it over the phone. He want to get this right.
Get that thing right, man.
Yeah, he want to get this right. But until then, we gonna talk our shit.
Yeah.
The only way we could do.
Talk your shit, Sway.
But anyway,
talk your shit, Sway. Well, I'm sipping.
So I wonder if anybody else has ever experienced any Mandela-ish. Have you ever had a memory that you thought was true that wasn't true? You know what I mean? There's several of them. Man, they make videos on YouTube. Like, man, they got about an hour's worth of things that you thought happened that really didn't happen. It's crazy. You'll be amazed of all these things that could happen that you thought happened that didn't. So you gotta ask yourself what is reality and what isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
but
crazy.
See that perception alone is what do people consider reality and what they don't consider reality. That's what you're dealing with. And that's what people don't understand. You have to understand what reality is and what's not reality. And I guess that's in the behold of the eye of the viewer. What is that about?
Right. Well,
So
I mean,
what is
perception.
reality to you?
Right, bro. Right, perception is reality. So I guess you probably didn't even see that new Matrix movie, right?
Man, I ain't want to see that.
Yeah, I knew it. But they got a point though. A point.
I know that, and that's why they want to see it. Because when you know it, bro, you don't have to try to kind of deal with it so much, man. Because you know it's there. Because when they put these movies out, believe this something that it's not something somebody coming up in no lab with. They know what this shit is about.
Right.
They know exactly what this stuff is about, man. And I be trying to tell people, look, man, when they come out with these movies, first of all, they are studiers of everything, not just one type of entity. They study everything.
Right.
So they know what's going on. How do you think they came out? Like, case in point, the Jetsons. That's a cartoon.
He went there with it.
You want me to go that deep?
Go ahead.
You went
man.
with the Mandela. Okay?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Break that down.
Let's go deeper than that.
Break the Jetsons down.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna leave that alone. That's another story in another book.
Can y'all hear me?
I just give a person something to think about.
Sound good. Are you delayed?
Can you hear me? No, I don't.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Is that better?
So far, as long as you ain't delayed, and if it go out again or anything, you sound good to me. But I was delayed to you. You sound great to me.
I don't know. I think T's punking out.
Let me make sure.
He's punking out.
Because it looks like it's a delay on my end.
Right.
Here, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Oh.
I ain't tripping. As you see, T. Stevens is a man of his word. Pay attention. This is dedication. He could have been like, "Screw you guys, I'm out. I ain't got time for this." But no,
T ain't gonna do that. T ain't
no,
gonna do that.
not T. Stevens. But go ahead, break down this Flintstone. What was it, Jetsons? No, yeah, break down that Jetsons.
Man, the Jetsons. Shit, I might have seen some of it on Flintstones too, but nevertheless, the Jetsons had flip phones. Y'all remember the flip phones and shit? The FaceTime. Y'all remember the FaceTime?
Right.
They was FaceTiming them in the Jetsons. Come on now. Y'all think that's just something they came up with? Said, let's just make a cartoon like we could see each other on a device.
Right. Damn. I ain't never thought of it like that though.
Or did they know something we didn't know? Or they seen something that was coming that we didn't see? You know, like the next iPhone. What we on, number 11 now? They already got number 15 already protocol sitting up. They got it sitting up waiting right now.
So
you better believe that.
Before we get back, I'm gonna hit you with this. So did people time travel yet or no?
Man,
yeah, I went there.
If I tell you I didn't time travel before, I'm crazy.
Yeah, but that would go back to what we said, that our minds won't allow us to believe such things. So, you know, to protect us, we're going to have to call you crazy. We don't got no choice.
Yeah, because that's what you've been taught to do. Yeah. That's why I asked you about deja vu.
Right. Hey, chat, this is a new program, so nobody has a wrench yet until I can probably do it for the new program. I don't believe anybody has a wrench. I'm not sure. You're not blue to me, but I'll get y'all. Don't worry about it.
I see some blue people. Yeah,
you see the blue? I don't see blue. Everybody black to me. Well,
everybody black.
But it's a new program. I will straighten everybody out. Everybody will get a wrench. This wrench is for everyone. Everyone who supported, that is.
Yeah, man. Straight up.
Oh, we on the tour.
T. Stevens.
It's a tour.
Shit, T. Stevens, are we rolling? Are we rolling?
You trying to get it together. You trying to get the
Wi-Fi
right.
That's all good, but I'm asking you. Now, you brought up that Mandela effect. Now, I'm asking you about, and you brought up time travel. Now, I said, if I told you I was able to time travel, would you believe?
Nope. You have to show me. But, you know, that's just my sickness. That's my sickness.
You know, that's crazy, because that's like me telling you I died before and came back. Can nobody tell you what death looks like?
I can't tell. You can't tell black people you rich. You can't tell black people you're sick. You tell a black person you sick, they gonna be like, he ain't sick. He just trying to get attention. We the only people that do that shit. You can't tell nobody nothing.
Ain't that some shit? Because nobody tell you what death looks like, but they can tell you about death. You know? Ain't that some shit?
Crazy.
But they call me crazy.
Right.
A lot of shit I don't even speak on.
So have you time traveled before? Let's go there with it.
I'll tell you another thing. I'll tell you in June. That's a favorite saying. That's inside. I'll tell you in June.
So how I know you ain't gonna come back from farther than June to tell me in June? That's that bullshit. You
got me cracking up over here, man.
You could be coming from January to tell me in June. But when you tell me in June, tell me who to bet my money on so I can make a couple dollars. That's what you do.
Back to the future type of shit.
Right. I need to know where to put my money at.
I need my, what is it, 1.2 gigawatts? What was that shit?
Yep. Flux capacitor. Get it right.
I'm tickled to death because that's inside, and you just have no idea. But it's funny to me. It's all good, man. Number love.
Right.
God damn, I see it. Wait a minute. Ooh, okay.
No, 312. I ain't seen him. Matter of fact, I did. Yeah. You talking about them pictures? Yeah, I seen that. Was real nice. I liked it.
What's that? What 312 talking about? What's up, 312?
Let me put it so you can see it. There you go. Yeah, that's that new stuff. You didn't think I could do that, but I can't.
My eyes still bad. Somebody said I got beady eyes, man.
That's that time travel. Yeah. Mess with the eyes. What up, T? You good? Oh man, he working.
What the hell?
I mean,
he got 100 devices over there.
I don't know where he at, man.
Just pick one. Pick one. Pick your best device.
Pick your phone. That's what you do. You just come on with your phone.
Right? God damn. Real talk. It's all good, dog. Man, it's real good.
Right.
As y'all can see, we're going to have some shit coming for y'all, man. We're going to have these discussions and these topics that's just not normal for your average block. We're gonna pop this shit, and we want y'all all to be participants, too. This ain't just us getting up here talking about it and speaking on it. We want your opinions. We want to hear what y'all think. We really do. I promise you we do. I promise you we do. And y'all know how I get on. And then if y'all think this is too censored for you, you know you got to keep speaking. And that's going to be raw and uncut.
Please subscribe to Keep Speaking.
It's going to be raw and uncut. But it's still going to have a base about itself.
Right.
So y'all stay tuned, man. 2022, man, we're going to get it in.
He was there. He just dipped out. Man.
Well, T. Steve, you know what? T. Steve, you ain't going to get away. We don't get you today or tonight. We're going to get you another night. We got you on our radar. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we can talk crazy stuff for the rest, man. You know that's what we do.
Shout out to my boy Block. Block, you know I ain't forgot. Block, we in the building.
Big shouts out to Blockbender.
Yeah, Blockbender.
Big shouts out to Trent.
Yeah, man. Trent. Straight up.
Big shouts out
y'all
to
know Kwame
Brown.
Kwame, the big homie. The big homie.
Right. About that life. Geechee.
Yes, indeed.
He been handling his business on his side, you know, doing what he got to do.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. We stepping into a new year. New song to sing.
You know.
Yes, indeed.
So, break down that Flintstones. Do you feel like the Flintstones got any future in it?
I know the Simpsons have showed you all kind of shit, man. Yeah. And y'all wonder how the hell this come to existence. You know, let's do what stood out to me, man, is the Jetsons, man. As a kid, I'm like, I want one of those toys. You know, the damn phones with the face in it, the FaceTime. They was FaceTiming, man. Come on.
Right.
Now, how do you explain that? Is that alien communication?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that about? They flying around. They didn't even live on Earth, did they?
Man, I don't think so. Living on planet. I forgot the name of that. I forgot the name of that planet, man. But I wanted to be up there on that planet, man. I did.
Right.
I was like, I wish.
I ain't working at Spacely Sprockets though. Spacely Sprockets seemed like a dead end job. Like he didn't seem like he was balling like that for Spacely Sprockets.
You know what?
Damn, you went out. Wait, what's going on? Is there a tropical storm somewhere? JoJo, you went out, bro. I don't know what's up with brothers today. But if you hear me, my audio's good, goddammit. JoJo, go out and come back in. There must be a hurricane somewhere or a snowstorm or something that's messing up everybody's Wi-Fi.
And these modern movies, they put it in your face so much, but people are so enamored about just going to the movie and looking at the excitement. They don't see the message that's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, I always told people I look at things and try to dissect it and deal with it for the movie. But yeah, man, that damn Jetson, that was the first one.
That's deep.
Yeah. Now I bet you by the sound of my voice, people are like, you know what? God damn, they had FaceTime back in. And what? I was looking at them Jetsons in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Check. Can y'all hear me now?
You sound clear.
Check.
You sound like us.
All right, that's what's up. My bad. I don't know what's going on.
Man,
Right
hey, T. Steve, I know we good now. How many goddamn
here. Yeah.
devices you got over there?
Right?
Hey man, I had a
Right.
laptop. I had my iPad. Then I had to go to the phone, man. I
Right,
don't know
right.
what's
You
going
good.
on. Like I said, I was on here early
You
today.
good.
Yeah, that's good. My bad. Sorry for the delay, man. Let's get it in though. We can get it
All
in.
right. Once again, first question, because they didn't hear you the third time. What did you want to be when you was a kid?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. Like, as a kid, we always ask each other that question. It's always like, policeman. I want to be a policeman. And firefighter, all the stuff that we see. The guys that come and talk to the kids at school. I don't know if you remember the dog, Mr. McGruff. The crime dog, all that type stuff. But I had a talent for football. When I got it, and when I got into that, I loved it, and every year I got better and better at it. So it was really, it had nothing to do with what I ended up doing for my career, but of course it was like a policeman. That's what it was.
Well, I asked another athlete, and they wanted to be a fireman.
Yeah.
And you see all these people that are interested in sports. Their first job, they always want to help somebody. I just want people to realize that's the nature of the person from the beginning, from the smallest state. It's a helpful spirit that's coming through. He didn't want to be nothing crazy. He wanted to be a police officer that's going to help your family solve a crime, probably prevent a crime. So that's a good thing. Second question is, tell the people where you grew up.
Well, I grew up, I'm all over. I'm military. My father was Army. So I was born in Germany. A lot of people, surprised to hear that, but I was born in Germany, too young to know any German language, but moved from, Germany to, Fort Benning, Georgia, stayed in Panama. I don't know if you had the country Panama, and then Fort Rucker, Alabama. But I grew up most of my adolescent years in Clarksville, Tennessee. We moved to, Fort Campbell, Clarksville's right there. It's a state like Kentucky, Tennessee state line road. So that's where I started mostly, from 5th grade on to I graduated high school in that same area. So, like I said, I've been all over though, the country because my father was in the military.
JoJo?
Hey, when you said Germany, what you remember? Because if you said I didn't hear you. You said what part of Germany you grew up in?
I didn't grow up in. I was born in Wiesbaden, Germany, but I was too young to remember.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I was too young to remember anything.
That part I didn't hear.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's the part I didn't hear. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But in Tennessee, growing up in Tennessee,
Yeah, Tennessee basically,
areas,
you might as well say, grew up most of.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. I'm here now. Reside in Tennessee, man. That's where it is. Y'all seen what them Titans did today? No one sees that.
Yeah.
I just got to throw that in there.
Yeah. I know you're gonna brag. You're gonna brag on that. You're gonna brag on
that. I can brag on others. You know what I'm saying? I like to brag on other stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good for the sport.
You volunteer, huh?
Exactly, baby.
I'm gonna give you that. But them hoods in Tennessee. Tell me something about how you avoided those hoods in Tennessee. Because I know some hoods in Tennessee, man, that get down in the body. The rough areas of Tennessee, and I know some areas in Tennessee that's about that life, man. Real talk.
Yeah. I think that's in every every state, every city. They have some bad hoods and whatever. But that's all about right and wrong. What your upbringing. That's what your upbringing teaches. If you have a father, a mother, a cousin, or a brother, whoever that is that positive influence in your family, you have to follow that. So that's how I really stayed away from that. Of course you gonna hear what's bad and what's good. So that's on you to take the advice of of those positive influences. So and that's what I did.
Right. So I mean that's like that's really positive because you have kids that's growing up in lower income areas.
Right.
Have you ever went back to speak to any of those
kids because the temptation that goes around with the, like I said, the crime rate, just the influences that that they see all the time. So I can see how it's hard for a kid like that to get out of that situation. But there is like I say, the thing is, following those positive influences and doing whatever you can do to, stay focused on the positive, and try to avoid the negative as much as possible.
What was your family structure? Did you come from a 2-parent home or did you come from a single-parent home?
I came from a 2-parent home. Like I said, my father and mother, they married. They might have, I don't know when they got married, but anyway, 2-parent home. I have 2 siblings, a brother and a sister, and but like I said, until he passed away when I was 21, that's that was pretty much my lifestyle, is having that structure of, I would say, a traditional household.
So I want the people to understand that, he comes from a military family, has a 2-family home. That's the structure you need. So mothers that have sons that might want to be athletes, I understand that everybody can't be in a relationship. I understand that sometimes things don't work out, but it's essential to have a woman and a man in a young kid's life. It does nothing but help. I just want to reiterate that. Next question is, as a youth, have you ever dealt with racism? And if you did, how did that affect your life?
I haven't. I really haven't. And of course, I've seen racial situations and, TV and stuff like that. But personally, just having to deal with, somebody, of the other, of the race, treating me in a bad way. I really can't recall, a certain time and place where that has actually happened, So, but of course, I've heard it, seen it. It's in our history. That they teach that in a lot of the history classes as we become going through high school, elementary, all that stuff. So, but I can't say I've actually experienced a situation like that during my youth years.
Once again, people, when we talk to athletes, most athletes say that they haven't seen racism like a lot of people say that they see racism. And you got to ask yourself, is that because they're too focused on what they're trying to accomplish? Or are they too focused on not making excuses? Does it even matter if there's racism? Because there's a goal set and we have to reach that goal. So we need to ask ourselves, does it even matter? Or is that just the structure of the life of an athlete? Jojo?
Well, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think it has something to do with the particular dynamics? Like, what I mean by that is they're not going to want you to be exposed to it by you being a high-profile athlete. They're going to try to keep you away from that and show you the different side of the ugly coin, so to speak. So, in other words, like, they're not going to want you to see that for the racism, the systemic racism. And you being a high-profile athlete, they kind of take away from that. So you go to the parties where it's mixed and everybody's getting together and getting along. Do you think you've been exposed to that particular dynamics?
Well, I understand that's kind of the benefit of, I can say it's a benefit of being an athlete because of the lifestyle, not the lifestyle, but the exposure, your celebrity. Your celebrity, it blocks it from you being a celebrity. It blocks somebody who is probably racist or have some kind of, if they are racist, I believe that they do not, they overlook that part. I don't know why. It's strange in that way because I mean, like I told you, we had a discussion before that people who don't know me or whatever and don't know who I am or whatever, in Tennessee or whatever, I have experienced that kind of, in a certain way, not just, blankly saying, whatever, but the difference in the treatment when somebody is somebody of status or, not, if they know of me, like I said, I've been treated differently. So I don't know. It's funny, man. It's funny. It's a funny situation. It's a crazy situation. It's sad that, because of who you are, your skin color, that people have to treat you that way, so, but that's just part of, it's just part of it, so, I don't know. It's crazy.
Could you tell me the structure specifically?
Yeah, it happens like that, but bro, you can go ahead and continue.
Okay. Could you tell me the structure that your mother specifically, just your mother, put in your life that helped you get to where you went?
Yeah, she was very spiritual, with it. She was very spiritual with it, and of course, she she was straightforward. She was she was more harder than my daddy as far as communicating to her kids. So and that comes from her wisdom of what she's been through, and as kids, of course, we just think our parents are too old and we don't want to really listen to them, but of course, especially a mother, mother's not gonna tell you wrong or whatever, but she has gave me a lot of advice just around life, but the spiritual advice is the one that really helped me as far as carry on when I'm not around her, what I'm saying. So that was something that she really installed in me that I still carry on to this day.
Mothers, T. Stevens' mom taught him Jesus, and Jesus got T. Stevens to the Super Bowl. So if you don't have a relationship with with Jesus, get one.
That's right.
Because I ain't get to the Super Bowl, and he went the first year. Jesus's track record is impeccable. So, your father, what structure did he put in your life to get you to the pinnacle of your career?
But my father, he led by example, basically. He's a soldier. He's a soldier. Just seeing the way he took care of his family and what he did, with that. He was very, and I guess it's part of me too, very structural and consistent in in what he his everyday duties. Getting up when you're working out in the morning, running, going to work, coming back, providing the food and stuff. So he did all the manly things, and he led more by example, not by just telling me, but just seeing how he was and in that. So not really vocal with it, but that was all my mother. But of course, with him being, he got to the high E9. That's the highest unlisted that you can get in the military. So his examples really, helped me as far as watching him, and it helped me develop as a man.
That's what's up, JoJo.
No, with all the structure that was presented to you as because it would be a bonus given the average. If it's anything, if any, you could change, what would you have changed growing up?
I've been blessed, man. I wouldn't change anything. I feel like, God allowed me to go through everything I went through for a reason, So just growing up, I can say I have a blessed life, and I won't complain about that, because like I said, I see other people in worse situations. And for me to be, wanting to change something that I didn't like or whatever, I think that'll be selfish, So, like I said, I wouldn't change anything. Of course, there's some things I would, want to do differently, or whatever. But it's already didn't happen. So, like I said, it's been a good life, and like I said, it's been ups and downs, of course, like anybody else's, life. I believe. Absolutely. I don't think it's always the same.
How did you do academically? And could you tell me what your favorite subject is?
Yeah, I hated school, man. I hated school with the passion. Yeah, I'll be the first to tell you. Math was my favorite subject growing up, but part of school is what I had to do as far as to get to the next level, as far as from high school to college, because you have to have a certain curriculum to qualify for college. And so, at one point I wasn't taking the right classes to be qualified. And of course, I don't know if they're doing it now, but then you have the ACC and the SAT and the ACT. I don't know if y'all took it or not, but you had to make a certain score on that, and then a certain GPA in order to qualify. So at one point I wasn't qualified. So, but I had the coaches came and talked to me, told me what I needed to do. So, like I said, I'm afraid of failure. So I had made sure I did everything in my powers to, to study, stay home, and not go out and do whatever I needed to do to make sure I continued the career that I was good at, which was football.
Did you have any role models besides your parents?
Yes, Walter Payton. That's my was an idol. That was my idol. I ain't gonna say role models, because back then, like I said, it's not a social media world. I mean, you see things, you see people and you want to be like them and all that stuff. Of course, Michael Jordan was a big for me growing up, and so Walter Payton is who I wanted to be like as far as in my profession, but. We have a lot of role models, growing up as far as cousins that that you admire, and you admire what they do and stuff like that. And I take bits and pieces from everybody that I see, that I see the good in them. So, that can be a lot of people growing up, and I can't name them all, but a lot of people have helped me. I would say this: God has put people in my life that has helped me. They don't know, like I said, I haven't went to them for advice, but by them being in my life, at some point in my life, that helped. That helped shape me.
Cool. JoJo?
Well, brother, it seems like you had a real strong foundation in your life. Now, statistically wise, here in America, everybody's not privy to that. They're not privy to that. That's unfortunate, but it's true. So, if you can give the young athlete, because I'm gonna go there because that's what you was groomed as an athlete coming up, as people would know you as. Right. What advice would you give a single parent household from your experience? And I mean, giving it to the athlete, not the parents, the athlete alone, the individual.
Well, what I tell the athlete or the parents? You said the athlete is himself?
No, not the parent. The athlete, the individual, the individual that's growing up as an athlete.
I would tell them, because as kids, we see things in like on TV and stuff like that, and we see bad influences as well. So, what I would do is I would say is just follow the positive influence. Y'all know what your mom, the people who love you the most is usually your mom, your daddy, your family. You know what's positive, what's negative. But just for instance, in my case, my family, which is my mother, I listen to a lot of the positive things that, and she's only going to give me positive things, but I did have friends that were, negative or trouble, I would say, doing stuff that, that my mom would not agree on. But I would say for the most part, for kids that's grown up in any kind of household, whether it's single parent or, both parents or whatever, whoever you grew up with, whoever raised you, because everybody has a different, upbringing. To follow that positive influence, because they want to see you do good. They want to see you prosper. And, because it's most likely it's the family name, you representing them, so nobody wants to see anybody fail, as far as in your family. So I would say always try to, as much as possible, go with, the positive influences of whoever's giving that to you. So that's what I would, that would be my advice.
Okay. Any foundations? Anything you working on in the community?
No, as of right now, no. I'm not right now. There's some things I have, my thoughts and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff is, it just has to come, with getting the resources and all that stuff. So, I have a lot of things that I have in mind that I want to do, and hopefully it'll come
brother,
through.
We're gonna get together. We're gonna get together. We're gonna get together. Trust me, we're gonna get together. Because I see, I see the positive drive in you, man, and it needs more people like that that's coming out to tell their story as an athlete, a professional athlete. Hell, you was in the Super Bowl, and I was telling Ro, look, man, you went against my squad, man, and I ain't like that shit. How the hell that shit happened, man? So that was a conspiracy ass shit, and I ain't gonna talk to you. We gonna talk about that later.
It's all good,
We're gonna get together. Yeah, we're gonna get together on that later.
It's all
Because I know you know. We ain't gonna talk about that. I'm gonna bring you back on Keep Speaking. That's another show. That's what I'm gonna bring you on. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep this on a positive note, man.
That's what's up.
Go ahead, man. But I got your ass. I got you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
All right, so I need to know the exact. I need to know the exact moment, or what you seen, or what happened that sparked that. I need to play football in your mind. Like everybody has that thing where they see somebody do something and they like, I want to do that. What was the moment for you?
The moment I can't, it gradually came up on me, man. Like it gradually, like I said, every year I was getting good at I was doing. You know, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? The thrill of scoring a touchdown, I loved it. Like when I first played tackle football, this is when you got pads on and whatever. The first time I touched the ball, scored a touchdown. That feeling is like, I don't know, it's like no other feeling, you know. So but like I said, it just wasn't no exact moment as far as knowing that I love the game, because you know that love came on gradually. But at the point where I knew that I had opportunity to do something big, you know, big with that, is like my junior year in high school. In my junior year in high school, I won the Mr. Football Award for Class 5A. That was the highest class in the state of Tennessee, and it's like the Heisman of high school football. So when I got that award, that's the biggest award that you can get individually. I felt like, hey, you know, I have a chance to do something, you know, further in this field. So I would say that may be the defining moment as far as knowing I could do something with it, you know.
Right. So could you tell the kids, because I believe a lot of them don't know, like a lot of kids play football in middle school and high school, and they think that is what it's always going to be. Tell them the gap, the skill gap, the difference between going from high school to college.
Yeah, like in mine, friend, it's a big gap, because you got to think about it. These college coaches are coming to get the best out of all these other, you know, high schools. So
Yep, might have froze. It's an easy fix though. You on the phone, you can go out.
He'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back.
Is that me?
Yeah,
you froze for a second.
You back.
Okay. I'm back. Okay, but like I was saying, like just the college coach is gonna recruit the best out of the nation of those of the high school athletes. So you know, from going from high school to college, that level of competition is going to be much greater. You know, you're going to play against the best of the best that was in high school, and the same thing goes from, like I said, from college to pros. So, like I said, and everybody doesn't, you know, you know, match up to, you know, the competition that's at that level, you know. But my advice to any kid is to make sure you do your best to train to be able to compete the best of your ability with those other guys, and then we'll go. You know, we say, okay, I'm at this level. I'm not at this level. But you never want to, because you have some guys that, you know, try to cheat themselves. You know, they don't want to work hard. They don't want to, you know, do this, study like this. They don't want to do the things that's going to cause them to be the best they can be. So when you do that, you never knew what your potential was going to be. But I was like myself. I was like, if I'm going to fail or not be as good as the next person based off of my the best I can be. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do is be the best I can be. If I lose after that, I lose. But you know, if I win, that's because, you know what I'm saying, I made sure I didn't hold back anything. You know what I'm saying? So I just make sure any kids, I tell them, give me advice to don't cut yourself short. You know, don't cut yourself short. Yes, it's hard. It's hard work. Yes, it's hard work. You know, you can't be lazy in this game. And no profession that, you know, that is, you know, at a high level, you know, it don't have to be football. It can be anything, you know. So that's the best advice I would, you know, give any kid.
Cool. JoJo?
Hey, you know what, you mentioned something when you scored that touchdown. Now,
right.
You know, I followed you. You know that game with, I guess that was Florida. Was that Florida?
Yeah, Florida.
You set the record in, man. Oh my God!
That was a historic game right there.
So I want to get into that shit. I don't want to get into it, but I got to. Yeah. You was up. You know, you played with my boy John Henderson, man. Big John Henderson, man.
Big Joe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Big Joe.
Yeah.
Big Joe.
Big
Yes,
Joe, good
indeed.
guy, man.
Man,
Big Joe
I
used to
see
clean
you.
our
Yeah,
room,
man.
Yeah, Big Joe, good guy. Yeah, I love Big Joe.
That's why I say I'm gonna have to. I'll get you back on Keep Speaking. I'll get you back, and then we're gonna go on Census.
Gotcha. That's what's up.
Your ass. Yeah. Yeah, you went in. You went the fuck in, man. And y'all excuse my French. but you went in, man. You know I was watching.
I had to, man. I had to. Hey, you can't count us out like that,
That
man.
was
You said
monumental.
straight
Hey, that
disrespect.
was huge, man. That was
That,
huge.
yeah, they disrespected us, man.
I
These
know,
elite,
I
it was
know.
Elite Corso, Kurt Herbstreit, all them, Chris
Hey,
Wilder.
hey, T, you know I got the backdrop. You know I got the backdrop.
Yeah. No, I feel, hey, man, you gotta look at how I saw it, man. But yeah, that was straight disrespect. They can't do us like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We
You
was
know
number
what? I
4
don't
team
think
in the country.
absolutely. I don't think that record would be broken. And congratulations to you. And bro, like I said, I'm gonna get you on keep speaking, and we gonna do the backdrop on a lot of these stories, man. Cause
Right.
I got the drop on
Right. We can get into it, baby. Yeah.
it.
That's what's up.
But go ahead, bro, because shit, I got the flow, man.
All right, to a kid going into middle school, because high school is really when they start following you to go to the NFL. Like they watch you from high school on. So a kid who's leaving middle school, about to go to high school, and parents are trying to get that kid ready, what steps does he need to take from that very point, from the entry point, to get him to where he need to go?
I mean, as far as I just gotta, looking back, it got me thinking I'm old, but I'm just trying to think of my mindset when I was going from middle school to high school or whatever. But the thing that I would, suggest, or thing you gotta do, you gotta stay on top of your grades. That was one thing my dad always was on me about, my grades, because he was always talking about, those guys in the NFL. He wasn't thinking I was gonna go to the NFL, but he was saying that, those guys were smart. Those guys had to get their lesson. He always say lesson, they get their lessons. And so that's something that, and I'm gonna tell you, he was slick with it. This is something he did when I first started playing tackle football. Remember I told you I first scored my first touchdown. I felt good. Then after that, he was like, before the next game, he was like, well, I'll give you $5 for each touchdown. The next game I scored 4 touchdowns. So after that game, he was like, I was about to break him or whatever. He said, okay, if you score, for every touchdown you score, I'm gonna give you $5, but you have to have A's and B's on your report card. So that's how he got me, got me into, even though I didn't like school, but that was something he installed in me. Like, if you're gonna get this, you're gonna have to work for it. And that's the thing about with anybody. They can't hold that against you when you work for something. There's a lot of people right now want to get things for free. They want to come and ask you, let me borrow this, and they won't give it back, whatever. They want to, borrow whatever, money, whatever. But if you let them work for them, that kind of gives them a sense of like, I'll earn this. You earned it instead of somebody giving it to you. So. But that right there, nobody in my lifetime can say I asked him for anything and didn't give it to him back. You know what I'm saying? So anything that I've earned, anything that I got, I've earned it. You know what I'm saying? They can't hold nothing against me. Like, man, remember I gave you this, you owe me this or whatever. Because people like to do that. So that was something my daddy taught me through that lesson right there. As far as, if you're going to get something from me, you're going to earn it. I'm not just going to give it to you.
So in all aspects, he was setting you up on an incentive-related contract, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
right. That's
Right.
him. Yeah, love him for that.
Questions, Joe?
Yes,
Joe?
indeed. No,
You hear
I'm
me,
good,
Jojo?
man. I'm good,
Okay.
man. Yeah,
Okay,
can
so
you hear me? I'm good.
Yeah, I hear you. I was just asking if you had any questions. All right, so you're getting drafted. That has to be a crazy feeling. You don't know if you're about to get picked or if you're going to get left behind. Please explain to the kids how that feels on draft day.
Well, I had a big, like I said, I had a big year. I knew I was going to get drafted. I didn't think I was getting, I'm not just to be bragging, but I knew I was going to get drafted. I thought it was going to be day 1. I had to be day 2 because I was actually the second pick for the Bucks because the Bucks didn't have a first and second round pick. But, my senior year, I was, I had still a record to hold to this day. I got the single season record for, most yards in a season. And that year I was up for the Doak Walker Award, which is the best running back in the nation. So, I had some good numbers and, I was already during the season, you have scouts come and you there's a buzz, you hear things. So I kind of knew, that I had the potential of, being around, second round to the fourth round, which I went to fifth round. But it was just, the weight, man, and the anticipation of, getting drafted. That was just, a drain in itself. But then when you hear your name called, that was just a relief, man. I had, it was John Gruden at the time that was the coach at Tampa Bay. And he called me up, and said, we're about they'll let you know they're about to pick you before they pick you on TV. So, he called me up and I talked to the general manager and all that stuff. And they said, we're about to pick you, congratulations, you're a Buck. And, you see yourself on TV and then they draft you. And then maybe I'll say that next weekend, a week later, you got a plane going to whatever team that you got drafted to. So, again, it's an exciting feeling because, like I said, there's not many people that can say they got drafted into the NFL, at a high level, the high level is that. So it was definitely a blessing too. So yeah, I enjoyed that time.
You had a lot against you. You had a diverse backfield. You had Jamal Lewis. You had T. Henry. What is the work ethic that you had to go through just to compete with two of those guys who ended up going to the NFL anyway? So what did you have to do just to compete, like physically and mentally?
Yeah, I mean, I still had to be myself. I just had to work hard, and that, like I said, it's good to have guys that's just as good as you or whatever, better or whatever, because it raises your level of play. A lot of people. I had a guy that he was like, he was trying to, ask me for advice about his kid. He's playing football, and he said, man, he was asking me about should he hold his kid back to play with, younger kids. I said, no, that's just going to hurt him because when he gets to play with these guys that, of his age or older or whatever, they're going to kill him. I'm saying? He's not prepared. So being able to play with guys that, like a Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry, we brought the best out of each other. That's a good thing. So, and like I said, it was one of the best recruiting years, not just us three or whatever, but of Tennessee history. And like I said, we ended up winning that very first year. We won the SEC title, and then that next year we won, of course, another SEC title and a national championship. So when you have a bunch of guys of high caliber, it brings the best out of everybody, and that's what you want. You don't want to be, playing against somebody that you can always beat and he don't really push you out. Or whatever. So that's always a good thing to have high competition to compete against.
Just jump in if you want to, JoJo.
Let me ask you something, T. Was that general manager Bruce, by the name of Bruce?
The Allen? General manager at Tampa?
Bruce Allen that gave you the... Yeah.
No.
The
general
Bruce
manager
Allen
at the time was Rich McKay. Rich McKay was that was Rich McKay.
Rich McKay, okay.
Yeah, Rich McKay ended up going to Atlanta and being a general manager, but yeah, it was Rich McKay at the time. Yeah, he was the general manager at that time.
Okay, I thought it was Bruce Allen.
No, it was Rich.
Yeah, you familiar with Bruce. I know you're familiar with Bruce.
yeah, Bruce, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Bruce Allen was on the phone with you, but okay. But like I said, man, this has been truly an honor to speak with you. Not only just because of who you are, but it's to reach people, man, reach the younger people. That might be listening, even though I might use some vulgarity in this particular content. But it's all in good sense. It's all in good sense. And this is who we are. When you on my channel and you on our channel, and I'm going to speak on it. And, sometimes it might get out of hand, but it's all in good nature. It ain't nothing these kids say, heard the hell, they listen to rap music. So I don't want to hear it. Like, oh, he said a curse word. But it's all in good sense. It's all in good nature. Don't strike me for that. Don't look at me like I'm doing something that your kid haven't heard before. But it's all love. And like I said, man, I'm gonna let Rose finish it up, man. But like again, I'm gonna have to get you on keep speaking because we're gonna have to go deep. We're gonna go real deep. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And that's what we're gonna do, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes,
let's do it.
All right. You get drafted. You go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You go to the Super Bowl the same year. Now you gotta explain that. I know the kids who are football fans, the adults that are football fans. We gotta hear, like, what does that feel like, and did you expect it?
It was just it really was a blessing. Because the team we had maybe about 10 Pro Bowlers on that team or so, with the guys that we played with. And like I said, the chemistry. People don't understand, to win a Super Bowl, it takes a lot of factors to play. But the chemistry is one of the number one factors, I would say, of having that relationship with your teammates. And even though you come from all different walks of life and everything, but we play the same game, and to have those guys to mix up together and create an atmosphere in which that is the difference between from high school, from I'll say elementary to high school to college, and from college to pros, is the atmosphere. And but the game's the same. The game is the same. The game is the same game that we loved when we first picked up a football and played outside. The atmosphere is different in each level, I would say. Of course, the game, you got talented more athletes, whatever. The more you go up to each level. So, but I just remember the atmosphere being so big to be, you reach the pinnacle of what of what you playing for. So it don't get no higher than that. But we went. That was in San Diego, California. Perfect weather, beautiful. Like I said, beautiful atmosphere. But the guys were just focused on what they knew how to do best, is play football, and they wanted to win. I know Derek Brooks was the defensive player of the year that year. We had John Lynch, at safety. Rondé Barber at corner, Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, Booger McFarland, Mike Allstott, Michael Pittman. And so we had a lot of good guys that were, like I said, we were brotherhood. And so, like I said, we had each other's back. What I'm saying? There was no arguing, amongst each other when somebody is, does bad or whatever. It's always an uplift. They'll uplift you. If you do something bad, whatever, say, hey, next play, whatever. So, but that was, that was the atmosphere as far as football wise. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you have a lot of other distractions that comes outside of that. But that's another subject. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was good. It was lovely though.
All right, so you young, you're in the NFL, and you're rich. Do you know how to spend...
Now you trying to get us into it now. Right?
We're getting in there. We're going there.
Hey, man.
Do you know how to spend this money? And if you do know it, who taught you, and how do you get away from the women because you got money, you're young, in the NFL, and rich?
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like I kind of my love.
Before you answer that, I tried to say.
You can't get away.
I tried to say.
Don't even say that out of your mouth now. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, it's of course you're on a different level. You're on a different level, man. You got money as a young 22, 23, 20 whatever year old kid, and of course there's things, and I've said it before. Like there's things you want to do, even though your mother or whoever may say not to do. But and I don't want to get it. I can tell you, like they have a rookie symposium every year for the rookies that come in, and we hear from veteran players about their experiences and the mistakes and the things they've done throughout their NFL careers. So we're aware of everything that's that comes about when you become a professional. So with that said, for the most part, as you make that money, you're gonna spend as you're not gonna live as a broke person like trying to save money. If you making 300, 400,000, a million, 2 million a year, of course you're not gonna do that. You're gonna spend according to what you are making. So in my case, I know I did a hell of a job as far as doing, fine with my finances. Of course, I can look at other people like, man, they might buy 7 cars and 4 houses. Like, I'm like, what for? But But while you're in the league, while anybody's in the league, I mean, you're not broke. Nobody goes broke. But the thing is, what hurts a lot of players is when they get out of the league, they think they can still spend like they're in the league. That's the that's the problem. So their money's gonna dwindle faster that way. So that's where you gotta make sure you watch your finances and have a financial advisor or whatever. You can't spend like as if you're in the league still. So I think that's most of the most problems with guys that leave the league and start a life that's not giving you that salary.
If you had to do it over again, like the redo, like the young man coming in the league, and as soon as you got money, would there be any investments or any way that you would do differently now that you're older and have more knowledge now, like that might help the kids that are going into the league right this second?
I would pay attention to, I would pay attention to. I probably would get a financial advisor, but I would pay attention to, what I could possibly invest in, that it's, a high reward, no, low risk, that's something that, I would probably do, because I wouldn't really focus on, something that I can invest in and probably make money for me later. So that is something that, at least set some money aside, which I did set some money aside, but you still look back and think like, damn, I could have probably put my money in that or whatever. I had put money in things, but I probably could have put more money in there into things and made even more money. You know what I'm saying? But that's for each his own. So that's something that I would give the advice as far as hey, at least save something for just in case something happens where you're not making this this type of money or whatever. Make your money work for you. So you always people hear that now. So that's probably exactly what I would do.
Cool, man. You took a hell of a ride. As time turns, we getting older, we getting more days behind us than we had in front of us. What experience do you take from that ride that you took that make you a better man today?
Like I said, just the game of football teach me how, just relationships, man. I take that. That's big. That's big because it teach you, like I said, discipline. I still take some of those characteristics and stuff that I've learned playing the game to this day. Being disciplined is one of the big things that I have, and also patience. And patience is hard for I don't know, a lot of people. So patience is real big to have, and not everybody's patient. So being patient and now and just waiting for things to come, and basically, like I said, and if I wasn't spiritual or whatever, I just my spiritual beliefs, I don't think I would have the patience I have. You know what I'm saying? So that that in itself helped me, still carry on those characteristics as far as, values and stuff that I've learned through the game, So I carry that on.
All right. I don't got too many more. I got like 3 more. 1, rapid fire succession. Is Warren G a gangster or is he a nice guy? I'm not Warren Sapp.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Well, not a gangster. You said nice guy. He ain't a nice guy. I ain't gonna say nice. He ain't a gangster.
Okay.
He's bipolar, like kind of.
And
you don't know what you're gonna get.
Who's the greatest running back of all times besides Walter Payton? I already know. See, I already know.
Oh, okay. Barry Sanders.
All right. And the last question is, did you have fun?
Yes.
Appreciate you, brother.
Definitely enjoy it. And thank y'all for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
So
no problem.
Definitely do it again.
For sure. Absolutely. We have a lot of topics that that are interesting that we can't wait to present to you guys in the future. We just waiting for people to have time on both ends. But
right.
I would like to thank you for your time. You're very kind, and you did a lot for, I believe, kids and future athletes. I believe that they have a lot to learn off of somebody who has already walked the walk. So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate that.
Thanks again for y'all having me, man. Let's, like I said, we'll do it again.
Once again, brother.
You
know what it is.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna chop it up, baby.
For sure.
Yes,
and this was another Speak on It. I'm Rome the Great. That's JoJo the Ryan. That's T. Stevens, and we out. Peace.
And there's a lot of truth to be revealed tonight.
Part of what has happened is that you can do those things that make the race look like a chump because there's no penalty.
And everything that the white man sells, he sells it under the number 6. He sells it under sex.
It's a systematic attempt to exterminate a people.
Speak on it, you know where you're at. It's where knowledge flow free, so sit down and relax. I said, speak on it, you know what it is. And if you're coming fugazi, then it is what it is. I said, speak on it, you know where you're at. It's where knowledge flow free, so sit down and relax. I said, speak on it, you know what it is. If you're coming fugazi, then it is what it is. Welcome to Speak on It, at Big Room on the track. I got my nigga JoJo, and he's spitting them facts. They try to find out who he is, but he's setting up traps. And niggas be falling in and they breaking their back. We some brothers with opinions, this ain't based on no fact. I'm guaranteed to drop bombs on any base that you at. You think that you beating us now, but we rallying back. I only got so much time because the salary cap. We got stories of glory of black people making it. We here to feed the people, so don't be ashamed to take the shit. We ain't like the others that get on TV and fake the shit. I don't snake the people, I cut the heads off of snakes and shit. Ancestor energy here to form a relationship, to talk about a problem so we can really go face the shit. We don't have to suffer, we can go ahead and erase the shit. It smell like good home cooking and we can taste the shit. Come on in, like, share,